that's something that's kind of nice. So we have yet to see if Navi have more to show. And we do know that in 2020, they only lost to G2 in a best-of-3 series a single time. So most of the time, G2 have just gotten owned. But today should be the day that G2 could beat them based on what we've seen. Navi really have to show a better face. And this is a tournament they're expected to get top 3 in, not lose here in the lower bracket.
Yeah, at the start of this one, right, we kind of painted Navi as one of the dark horses that would have competed. G2 further down in the dark have been shining bright thus far in 2021. Nico, incredibly high rating thus far. 1.4 or 1.35 something when it came down to that opening series. And then we talked about the Astralis match where Kenny S looked incredible. But Nico's gotten aggressive through T-Con to kick off this pistol alongside Hunter. And while the first player dies, I feel like Boomich saw him tuck back. Sure enough, 2 opening picks for Navi off of Boomich. And no stress, no panic. 50 seconds to squeeze this 5v3.
I think it might take it over towards the B site. We'll see where they lead. They've still got options way open. Worked the full map on this one, so they've got Perfecto down at IV, and yeah, they're going to split this way. In fact, Perfecto's got a smoke on his right, which means he can open up the back lanes. There are 2 CTs in the B site that are about to get full flanked by running Perfecto.
Kenny's going to try to duel before that flank comes through. See if Amanek keeps his eyes over on Perfecto. Little bits of chip damage versus Navi. There's the bomb carrier getting his head popped. Kenny S pretty
not
slick.
dead yet.
Moving back and forth, and no one can seem to take him. Electronic and Boomich, they've had enough. Nexa's going to try answering in the 1 versus 4, and he has taken down a second player. There's a good duel for him, but Perfecto jumps back into the cover, and Flamey, well, he ensures that bomb plant at the very least. 12 HP. Creeps back into Perfecto's angle, and that is where he falls as Navi take the T-side pistol win.
I felt like he might have been able to take that. Looked very cool for a second, but not enough with that effort. Perfecto, yeah, with that full run, rotate in, does get caught out by the Z player, but he delays long enough. This was all about Kenny S. He was the player who had the most amount of pressure on him, but the guy who wasn't dying. So he had a lot of opportunities to fight and couldn't get those kills. Felt like if Nexa was in his position, maybe he would have found 2. Nexa's had a pretty good tournament so far after coming off a series of kind of bad games in the end of 2020. So that's a good sign for G2. We've got a full rush into B to start off round number 2.
Good couple kills from Nexa. Trade back with the Galil of Electronic. This is working wonderfully for G2 because Kenny just got a scout kill and follow-up damage. Perfecto gets hit by both those scout shots. Bomb clearly in the open, and G2 looking to rob back with the double scout force, but it's simple, and we all know what he can do. But the damage output from these scouts is great. Amanek dunks it from downtown, and G2 right back on the board.
That's what I'm talking about right there. It's like Nexa last round looked like he was super sharp, and right here he proves it. MP9 spray with the transfer. This is supposed to be a freebie, right? At max, you go 1 for 1. You're in the site 4v4, or they're playing all the way back in spawn. They're going to let you plant. And sometimes teams don't like to play close to the ramp because it's scary to lose a first kill for free and have to retake the B site with a disadvantage. So sometimes they let the plant go down for free, but not in this case with the force up. Momentum has been stolen back. Boomich, oof. The clothesline. As soon as he drops down the ladder, Almanek's out. No damage on him. And he recovers some grenades as well as a UMP.
Tech9 headshot like a delete key. Just disappeared.
Boomich has not had a great event. It's been up and down. Yesterday played well, day before really badly. Same for Electronic. He played well yesterday, really badly the day before. So, you know, Simple been one of the only consistent factors as usual. But you need to have some kind of core. You can have 2 liabilities. You've got to have 3 consistent performers.
Flamey not finding anything yet. Nexa just puts himself in position for the Deagle to pop off. We've got a second player at this B ramp from Navi, just kind of challenging down into the site. That's Boomich getting wild with the ump. I love this. Based off of seeing Nexa cross, I think Flamey tells Boomich he can make this deep run, and the damage is significant. Hunter's inside of this A site as we see the bomb carrier come out onto A, and Electronic, good wrap around to the bomb site, tapping away. He gets 2 off the Tech-9. We've got Kenny S inside the site being skewered, and sure enough, Navi look to take this right back.
It says nowhere in the textbook of the Tech-9 to take your time. It's written in no line, but Electronic shows us a way to make that work. I can't believe he actually gets the 3rd or 2nd kill in that spot, but because of that lurk from Boomich, like that, it's the idea that if he doesn't die when he's at that point, that he can come through with some kind of insane flank they could take outside. But even if he gets spotted when he's at that point, the CTs are so worried about what they don't know that they're forced to rotate a little bit. And then the fact the attack is already coming on the outside means that stuff like Electronic finding those kills can happen. But they had too many gaps there. They had no one watching Ivy, no one holding back lanes, and no one around CT spawn. It's just not what you want to see, especially knowing that Navi are going to use Ivy better than most teams in the world.
The starting Tech-9 shot.
Actually, wonderful movement, right? Even the silent drop on the ladder.
Yep. Literally the first bullet fired in the round. And it's the opening pick. This was that bit of a labored kill versus Kenny, but they had him surrounded. Kenny S was doomed. So a back and forth show so far here on Train.
One of the lesser played maps in the pool, but one of the most common maps played between these two teams. So always cool to get to see this matchup.
Quick utility being thrown inside of the Train yard. Boomich wasting no time. Moving that MAC-10 right up into Nico. Following kill from Flamey. We do have Amanek. Gets robbed. But Nexa still up above in the office. Ooh, and he sees Simple, but kind of drops the shots, falls downwards, gets the damage into Electronic, but it's just too little too late.
Yeah. We go for the save now. Looking at their match history, I mean, most of the time Navi win in general, so of course with Train coming up a lot, that means that Navi's won Train a lot. And it is, in fact, it's their last 2 that they've won on Train. 3 series ago back at Blast Premier Spring Europe, we had G2 take them down on Train, but that's about, you'd have to go, we're going like 7-8 months back, right? At that point. And funnily enough, these guys have avoided each other a lot. We didn't see them play. Wait, were Navi playing in the spring? I'd have to check that for Blast, but they didn't play any of the winter season except for IEM Beijing, which is a big surprise.
Let's see, they were at the fall season.
Yeah.
They were at the fall season.
Yeah, they just never played against each other. They avoided each other in the bracket all throughout fall and winter.
Just dodging.
No DreamHack Masters, no no Blast Fall Showdown, no Blast Fall season or series and final. No IEM Global Challenge.
Yeah, dead on.
First time since IEM Beijing they played against each other. So that'll keep things fresh.
Which is what you love to see. Just kicking off the year with a nice little head-to-head. Not something washed up. This round should be a wash, however. We do have Hunter floating around with that scout. Kind of makes things a little interesting. Be curious to see if he can find anything at all. Everybody here on this A site where Navi are sure enough starting to engage. Kenny killed by Boomich after he finds the opening kill. Hunter's scout kind of stuck in a bit of a corner here, but now he takes this outwards angle, and Perfecto almost looked away from it. The scout shot even hit, but it's just not quite the kill. Now at this point, 3 USPs, they should be cleaned up. 50 seconds on the clock. We'll see Electronic wrap back around towards Old Bomb, where he got this pinch in last time. It's being held close, though. Nico slides in. Now he's got his hands on an AK. Things start to get more interesting.
Kind of an expensive piece of information there, right? Like they find out one person's there. Okay, they take Nico out holding the AK. They could just commit if they'd like to. I mean, rotate back or forth. It's not going to make much of a difference. They're still gambling one way or the other.
Nex is ahead of it.
Yeah, but he's low HP. It's still a one-on-one. Could have been 2-for-1 outside. So we'll see if they just don't clear something. He'll get away with this, but...
Ooh, he walks in. Yeah, sure enough. Looking for that bomb carrier. Boomich gives good cover. Amanek walked over, grabbed Nico's fallen AK. So trying to make something of that one, but as it was always expected, it's Navi's 4th round win.
And you know, first tournament of the year, we're going to see some of the upsets, which is cool. And well, we saw that in terms of like head-to-head when we try to grab stuff from last year in this last series between Liquid and EG. EG always edged out versus Liquid, but here we see a different Liquid, much better Liquid with Fallen. And same thing for EG versus Furia, right? Furia were just consistently dominating EG, and then EG were able to beat them 2-1 here at this event. So it's really, really cool to see that coming out of the year with some fresh ideas. They're making new things happen. Kenny S taking a risk. His kill goes down low. Will eventually get away, but doesn't actually find the frag.
Playing a dangerous game, Kenny. Perfecto, gotta be cautious. There is that second op for G2 back towards Ivy in the hands of Amanek. Could very well find the angle into T-Con, but not for now. Boomich gonna wait out this smoke grenade. And we see these CTs start to walk forward. We've had them get curious towards T-Con. This time they find their fight before it, and Nico doubling down onto Perfecto to get the man advantage. Simple comes hunting back, however, just kind of peering through the T-Con. And again, trying to paint that picture of op v op. Amanek still sits back on Ivy with no pressure being applied from Na'Vi.
G2 not looking for any more information. They don't really need to at this point, and they lack the mobility as well. Plus, they got a Dedi op for Ivy. They don't have to push this. Nico, top blue, holding and waiting. They're going to spot each other. So this is the good sandwich molly. Lands on top of blue as well. But he's already repositioned, still gets killed by Flamey.
Yeah, it does damage, but Flamey succeeds regardless. 9 HP, 2 ops in this play. If that bomb goes down, things get a little precarious.
Whoa.
Nexa's going to be mollied out of it. Bomb is thrown to the dirt by Amanek. This is going to be a tough cross. Simple eats a flashbang. That's 2 targets kind of jumping between the scope of Amanek. Now it's on Nexa, but Simple gets the better of him, and sure enough, that's the cover he needed. And now we're talking 3 ops in a 2v2. A peek from Simple is punished. Can Electronic close this clutch? Kenny's already on the low HP.
They're scared.
They don't have a flash. They don't have a smoke. They're just going to have to hit this shot, and they all get lined up. Electronic sprays them down to give Na'Vi number 5.
We don't even know. They could have bow shot at the same time. Electronic, 2 ops down on that spray down. Plus, you can pick up Simple's op as well. It all goes down on the old bomb. And it's just a matter of timing. A small gamble there from Electronic. An interesting attempt on the retake. They tried to stick together, but they lined up 2 guns that both are aiming at the same spot, and both potentially could miss, and then both could die to 1 spray. So tough. Looked like Amanek was a bit more prepared there, but he's got a teammate right in front of him. So can in good conscience take that shot easily. That's like the time crisis. You're trying to shoot the trying to shoot the guy like hides the hostage. You don't want to shoot the hostage, you lose points, right? That was Kenny S. Tag timeout call here for G2 in an interesting round. You know, I actually like how Amanek was left there at Ivy to spot the cross on the bomb site, and then Kenny S rotated around, and then they forgot about Kenny S after Amanek took a shot, and then Kenny S got the kill on Simple. But that just wasn't enough. I think if I were to watch this game back, I'd be focusing on the fact that Electronic's pulling off this lurk around into Old Bomb over and over again, as well as Perfecto on that first round. And the amount of times that Na'Vi are using Ivy is very appealing to me. It feels like they're circumventing the defense outside that way so often.
Fast one. Just going to make mincemeat of the Behold. Perfecto, quick Mac-10 headshot. We do have a player inside of the sights. Goes unchecked for a moment, but there's just so many players all around him that he kind of gets engulfed by the bodies of Na'Vi.
You think Na'Vi just like yell at each other or something after like a bad game?
Yeah.
And then just come back the next day?
Yeah.
Okay. Because why do they do this? They do this all the time at tournaments.
So you ever see those like corporate outings where you know, a bunch of pent up aggression inside of some office staff will like they'll go to like these places where you can just smash things against the wall. Like you pay a certain amount of money, they give you a dozen plates, and you can just throw them at whatever you want. I feel like Na'Vi just throw them at each other.
Yeah.
And that's how they get it all out.
Yeah, sure. Or does they just call Zeus?
Yeah.
Zeus just shows up with a bat.
Beats them all up.
Just beats them all up. They pay him.
Like the day Na'Vi show up on cams and everybody's got black eyes, it's me like the day they win the major or something. You know? Like it's a bonding experience. And 3 of them walk away in this 7th round. Na'Vi leading by 5, 3 survive, and G2 back with a bye.
There's a few issues here for G2. We'll see if they solve any of them. Now, 2 ops is a good solution just because they can lock down Ivy again. I can see why they're going for this. I guess as Train has evolved, people on the CT side stop playing Ivy quite as much, but you can always 2-op and then hold it and just let that be, and that be your whole strategy. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right now, it looks like there's overlap with Kenny and Omnic here, but they want to just hold on to this the whole time because Navi have been so good about the lurks. I'm kind of curious if Electronic will give him this kill or not. He's actually baiting out the presence over at Ivy right now.
Yeesh. Tough fight.
Yeah.
Who have we got over on B? Nexa sits back with 2 flashbangs to his name.
Honestly, it's not going to be fun to try to retake B, so if they think there's 2 ops, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they're going for it. They're crossing the site. Nexa doesn't even know how far they've gotten.
Boomich, he's deep. But Nexa, he caught him here last time this happened, and sure enough, it unfolds the same way.
It may or may not matter. We'll see, because it's still 2 ops.
And Flamey is going to take the exact same position. Nexa, not ready for this one. Down he goes, back into the even 4v4. Another player peeking out from Z. Of course, 2 CTs from Spawn. And Flamey continues on with this forward spot. He gets a headshot into Amanek. Fire kind of pushes him back ever so slightly, but this whole play by Flamey pushes G2 even further. They're going to concede with the save.
That's another situation where Boomich is super sacrificial, but he guarantees information on the one player back there. He can tell his teammates, plus the ops are so slow. Like, they're really slowing everything down when it comes to taking B back. And yeah, B is just a great call. So, I mean, Navi, dare I say it, they're playing hella well. They're playing extremely well right now. The reads are on point. I think they're picking the perfect sites at this moment. I like how they committed to the execution on Fast B when they actually failed so hard to Nexa that other round, because they believe in the read on the setup. And this is because they're working Ivy and then they're working B, and this is catching G2 off guard. They're now focusing so hard on Ivy. Now B is becoming a liability. Now they're like, man, I wish we had rifles on this setup. But then they'd be worried about Ivy again. So now we're at the point of the half where things might start to change for Navi, but G2 don't have any money anyway.
Yeah, just 3 weapons in this one. Everybody's got armor. And the players on pistols play close. Flashbang is good. Boomich knows he's being assaulted. He's not comfortable whatsoever. And Kenny, well, that's a good way to kick it off with the Deagle headshot. Boomich peeks up into his death, because as he doubles back down, Nico's got ladder room. Flamey's going to try to nade it, and that doesn't even work out. Nico eventually dies, but it's a man advantage for G2 nonetheless. And Amanek peeks from Z, spotted by Simple. His bomb is planted, but this is that, like, top 5 duo from Navi.
And they got good spots, too.
Yeah, these are the hard hitters, so they're going to go deep towards CT. Electronic not able to handle the spray for the second, and Hunter goes to the top of the train yard to die to the op of Simple.
You set it up perfectly. That dynamic duo. They instantly get the best spots possible. Honestly, I really don't like what Boomich is doing there, because like he saw someone coming down. He technically just had to live as long as possible, so he put that in jeopardy. Like, if he stays in ladder, they can't just come down easily. Plus, the guy on E-Box really wants to kill him, so I think his best move is literally just to stay put until he dies. But he goes up the ladder, but on the bright side, because he lives, he sees 2 people up there, which is huge, and then Electronic is set up perfectly in the 2v3.
Got a little scary with Nico in that ladder room, but, you know, a couple of casualties and they got that back. Could have been better, could have been worse for Navi, of course. And this round kicks off very quickly with a glass cannon op kill from Amanek. Again, we see G2 with the double op setup, and again we see Amanek back here towards Ivy. Sometimes this has kind of gone uncontested, more of the presence coming from the front side of the A site. So let's see what Navi have in store for us with 3 players here on Ivy.
Yeah, they usually haven't been dedicating too many resources. So, of course, you bring this many people here simply because of the utility. You need to smoke and re-smoke, and then sometimes use 3 in total, but you've got to do this. Jump across, plus the op, plus a player who's going to fall back. And in the past, they've been going with just 1, working it with the smoke, spamming, walking up. And now they've only got the Ivy attack, which really strips things down, makes it one-dimensional. Amanek holding this angle should be just fine for him. And he really doesn't need to do any more than this.
Nope, just sit on this passive angle and make sure that Navi can't get away with much. Simple's anticipating a peek, perhaps.
Simple good flash for him. That would be...
Ooh, Molly's looking like it could have been good enough. But Amanek, despite not having any Kevlar, puts up 3 kills this round. kicked it off with that opening pick as he exited out from Z, and then just these passive holds over on Ivy side to really nullify Na'Vi in all regards.
So in terms of solutions, of course, you know, the fact that G2 are getting the kills at TCon is really massive. This is a new round from Na'Vi because they haven't gone so heavy on Ivy in the past, but this is something they can do on this next round as well. If they want to try to do a heavier lean towards B, maybe one up on the round, and then take over TCon control early, that would answer a couple of the problems for the attacks that Na'Vi have been bringing to them. And we'll see what kind of round Na'Vi want to bring at them, but from what we've seen so far, it's been a lot based on Ivy and a lot based on Inner. I wonder why Flamey comes out so early at TCon if they're going to split, but yeah, good plays nonetheless. So let's see where the setup takes us. It's been a very interesting game so far. We don't have any CTs inner just for the moment, expectant of a really heavy outside hit. And does this mean that they're going to go and try to take over a TCon control? Looks like they're very close to it, but not exactly inside yet. I don't see any Flasher as well. And Hunter, well, he gets feasted. The double drop, but it's dry. I don't think they throw a single nade.
They just fall right in. Hunter, he was flirting around with the doorway and then kind of peeks a little bit too much into it, and they're right there. So caught him off.
That was so tricky.
Sneaky beaky. Got this walkout from Boomich. Nexa's down by the oil tankard, but kind of stuck to the wall. So this could create a bit of false confidence, I think, in terms of pulling a player into B. Still plenty of time, and he repositions back towards Z instead. So his smoke's gone, his incendiary's been used. Nexa sits on a single flashbang, and I think it's for that reason that he changes places with Amanek.
Yep, the rotation's not all that good right now. G2, small gap in their defense, and Amanek you can expect to get flashed out of this. They're not in a bad position to try to retake if they want to, but this is definitely the right play for Na'Vi.
Amanek better hit this shot, and we saw some clean kills last round.
Oh, they're pushing Ivy.
Oh, he missed it. Sure enough, Ivy push is going to give them the info, but they've kind of lost a bit of the bomb site already.
Good flashes.
Electronic up close in the face of Kenny, who manages to stay standing. But again, all this forward control from Na'Vi is going to put G2 in a tough spot. Amanek hits his following shot, and Electronic falls away from this.
Oh, he fell out of the outpost. There's no way they're going to expect this. And Nexa gets caught as well.
Yeah, big wraparound from Nexa, all the way from Ivy through the T-spawn into the upper box halls. But then Electronic and Perfecto simultaneous frags, simple adding one to the tally, puts Kenny S, who was tagged to 5 early on the retake attempt, to just concede this 9th, that's right, 9th T-round win for Na'Vi.
And they play well there's no luck involved, man. That's no luck involved. There's a great call by Na'Vi to take B, and then even versus the Opper, they had him flashed perfectly twice. Both of his repositions, right outside of Z as he fell back to the back of the train. And then we had that amazing risk from Electronic to take presence on the first kill inside of Z, throw the Molotov down, and actually run back all the way to here to go for his next duel when the CTs were not going to forget about him there. If someone gets that close to the Z train, you know that they can't really leave safely. So that was a huge risk that Electronic took, but it made a lot of sense. Now, yeah, they can pretty much do everything. Definitely living rent-free in G2's heads. A super solid half so far. Definitely not the half I was expecting after watching Na'Vi for these last 2 days.
Amanek posted yet again. Electronics look good tonight. He's 12-5 at the moment. Boomich actually the second highest fragger for Na'Vi at 11-8. So, you know, we kind of put those guys' consistency in question. And they're delivering here this evening. So far, so good. Only 12 rounds deep in this BO3 series. And this 12th round hits the minute mark with some movement from G2, shuffling Kenny S over to the B bomb site. Allows for Nexa to remain up close, and he's getting a bit adventurous here towards the box halls, where sure enough, we have these T's setting up. He's actually peeking around the corner, Nexa. Right into the kill as Amanek holds on Ivy. There is this attempt at T-Con, though. They haven't shown their hand just yet, But Nico's not falling for the engagements elsewhere. He holds his ground as Flamey comes down ramp. We do get that third CT moving towards B. But here comes Perfecto, making contact versus Nico. Ominex able to give that cover. And so Simple has everything to do, but how does he do that? Ladder to ladder warfare. Hits him with the no scope. Slaps him with the style.
Can we just get like an odds calculator on that? Because he's on the ladder, no scopes with an op. That's got to be like one of the lowest probability op shots.
I mean, you run that through our AI predictor and the machine just explodes.
Counter-terrorists win.
I'm very curious to see that.
For what it's worth. No. I mean, just try yourself, right? Like, just go up on a ladder and just, like, do this a bunch of times and just see how many times the bullet actually goes straight. The odds that he actually hits this way. That's an array of emotions right there. Frustration, confusion, despair. I mean, they win that round, but they're not winning in this half. They're not looking like they're going to win this game just yet, so that's just a small something.
Only Simple hits shots like that.
Yeah, so anyways, they had the Ominek op kill at the bottom of IV onto Electronic. He caught the flank, or he caught that lurk once. It seemed like he was sitting there just kind of being dead weight a little bit, but then Electronic walked into him after his team got the first kill. So, is there a chance that he actually re-peaks this? He's got no nade support, so it doesn't seem like he's going to get flashed in. But Ominek's been very, very patient about just sitting here.
Eats the grenade, but so be it. Yeah, and Ominek's a bit of a machine tonight. Just cold and calculated, falling off of these angles step by step and taking players with him. Hunter gets aggressive into the T-Con. There's this attempt at a fight from Perfecto. Good crisp headshot. Kicks it off quick. Suddenly, G2 feel a bit pressured here. They're sandwiched, and Boomich, he slipped through the smoke grenade. Executes Ominek above. Now comes Nico at bat, getting hit from both directions. Finds the damage on Boomich, but so be it. 30 seconds. Nexa Kenny S, 2 versus 4. And Nexa, well, he jumps up onto the bomb site. Seeing Boomich climb that ladder gives him a bit more info, but now he's also offered his position over. Perfecto, he's going to go ahead and take to the trains. Kenny S gets slain, and so does Nexa in the end. Double digits from Na'Vi, and still 2 rounds to play.
The critical kill of the round is Perfecto and T-Con. That just destroys your setup outside, especially when you're that close to taking Ivy already. If you have T-Con control, then you have angles opened up like the top of this train to sit back and watch without worrying about any T-Con coming. But then Boomich walks out Ivy as soon as that kill comes through from Perfecto, and then everything falls apart outside, right? The whole thing collapses. And I mean, the reason that CTs are taking T-Con controls because you have a nice position in there versus anybody who wants to come on in. So that was a really, really sick kill from Perfecto. And bad goes to worse for G2 as they now have to save. They got a Zeus here from Nexa inside of ladder. 2 scouts to work with on Ominek and Hunter. And what's looking like 11-3 on the horizon.
Nico starts to burn a bit. Flash next to Nexa. Yeah, I wouldn't peek T-Con, man. That Zeus not going to do you much.
Not much to do. Boomich going to use himself as a scout. So many IGLs take on this role, and it makes a lot of sense. Flamey's also got some info on the rotators coming in. It looks like a B hit might start. And Nexa up on the ladder?
Do it.
Will he have the chance? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Now the taser's empty. Boomich finds the floor bang, and there's another CT down here. Kenny S with the deagle down to 40. Hunter just got a wallbang headshot into T-Con. That's something. But as he comes back over towards B, he's peaked by 2. Simple honed in on this, will not let him escape after that shot. Ominek's gonna find scout damage, but Simple just whips out the sidearm and makes it look easy. Electronic's not gonna let Ominek save as he tried to disengage. It's all on Nico in a 1v4 as Na'Vi secure their 11th.
And it's been such a sick T side. Like, so many good things to say. A lot of people are playing well at the same time, which is great. But yeah, more than that, it's like Boomich is playing well and the calls are looking good. And electronic is much better too. So definitely very good sign here. As for G2, just a number of problems. And then even on top of their kind of setup issues and not being able to read into what Na'Vi want to do, take over Ivy, go for lurks when they're going to hit B, when they should double up, all of these different things, they're also losing some of the duels as well. And that's why the score is as lopsided as it is. Totally outclassed so far.
Wild run here from Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Not looking like the team that we have seen struggle in their previous matches. Hunter's like, I
respect it.
can't do anything about that. Final round of the half. G2 double op setup, M4s. Aminex again glass cannon. There's not a single kid on the play, so as if they weren't already fighting an uphill battle, this one has some shortcomings. Utility sails forward. Kenny S gonna get aggressive here in the upper halls. That could net him an opening pick, but Perfecto, despite being kind of pinned into the corner, takes one with him. Kenny and Hunter with a kill apiece, but Simple's gonna try to give chase, and the Deagle does some damage, but doesn't do the deed.
A little risky, but we saw
Frag grenade, nice. Hunter dodges though, for the most part. A Boomich and Electronic 2v4. More than a minute left. They've got that bomb. If they focus onto the B site, then it's just a matter of killing Kenny. Whew, but he's got himself another. Kenny S, 2 kills from this B bomb site. Now Electronic, who lives his life in the shadow of Simple. He's looking to emerge from it with a 1v4. Nexa's guy eyes on this smoke. So the moment it fades, Electronic should be dead. Oh, wait, there's another one. Kenny S, though, he finds the shot. A trio of kills for Kenny to close out this CT side. 5 alive, but are G2's hopes alive? Join us after the break to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, back with another rendition of CS Money Dream Skins. We've done a lot of rifles, but we haven't done the pistols yet. So, Vinny, I'm going to use your expertise to talk me through the Glocks. Are you happy to be back for another episode of CS Money?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Listen, here on Dream Skins, we're trying to find the perfect Glock for you, Vinny. I'm looking to sell you something slick. Do you like bright neon colors, or do you like kind of like the darkers and the grays?
I would say about the colors, I prefer like white skins.
Do you like shiny skins? Do you like skins that look like you know, they're made of like gold and metals, or do you like more like the kind of like plain and paint?
I would say they plain paint.
I think I've got what I need to in order to present to you the 3 options today, the 3 options for the Dream Skins. So let's get into it. Option number 1, it's new, it's added with the most recent operation. It's the Glock Franklin.
New operation, like from 2012.
Well, that's the thing, is the P250 Franklin is from 2012 or
Oh,
2000,
that's true.
whatever. But
That's true.
this is the
No,
Glock, bros. So what do you think about the Franklin in general?
I mean, I like the color, but I don't like the stamps.
Something else. Now, you told me white skins. This isn't white, but it's one that I like, and I'm hoping that maybe I can sell you on it, bro. It's the Glock Nuclear Garden.
I would say I like the black part, but
Okay.
it's a pretty good skin. Yeah.
When you talked about white
Yes.
skins, there's no way that we can get away from what has been now a classic collection. It's the Neo Noir. The hair just flows down with like majority black paint, but the white trim really makes this one pop.
For me, it looks like a black skin, pretty much. The second one kind of won me because of the black part
The
of the
second
gun.
one won you over.
So,
If you had to make a choice between these 3 skins, you're taking the Nuclear Garden. Is that correct?
yeah, I take the nuclear garden. Yeah, exactly.
Here we have it. Nuclear Garden is where we're going to go with. Now, what I like about this skin, Vinny, is we can take this combination from skins to stickers.
I want the Halo one. I want the Master Chief.
The Halo one. Okay. Listen, I'll show a couple options, man, and then let's get your
Okay.
thoughts on them, okay? Any green skin in Counter-Strike, I think, can go nicely with this ESL Katowice 2019 Team Spirit Holo, man.
But I mean, I can't use the
Okay.
enemy sticker on my gun.
So let's do it, man. Let's throw on this very, very finely drawn, high quality
Yes.
Halo sticker.
The amount of time the guys spend doing this, I mean,
Is this the Vinny Dream Glock?
yeah, I would definitely.
I appreciate your taste for high quality sticker images, and I appreciate your time here for the CS Money Dream Skins. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Scrawny. Now I need to have one.
Bit of an uphill battle here for G2 Esports. 4 CT rounds on train, Mohan. That never bodes well.
Yeah, I mean, what's really worrying is just that they were just getting outclassed mechanics-wise, strategically. There weren't really close rounds in some sense. Full control from Na'Vi. Really, really smart moves. All their individuals firing off. Not the simple show at all.
But it still looked simple. Na'Vi not even breaking a sweat to get this substantial lead. A T-sided pistol win could be huge for G2 to kickstart this comeback. They throw out that one singular smoke. Ooh, Simple, quick headshot. Flash, excuse me. Oh, Simple, he's got 3 with the USP. Nico, though, he's on for 2 as well. So it's Simple versus Nico in the pistol. These 2 players have all 5 of the kills so far between them. But Simple's dead now, so who picks up the torch? Could very well be Electronic. But Hunter instead's gonna find a close kill. Now we're even keel. Flamey's starting to come around the corner, and he will eventually get there. Nico's looking to finish this with the 1v2 clutch. Needs to get bomb under possession. Perfecto's got a little bit of utility to play with, and Na'Vi, they're gonna keep their 2 pieces shoulder to shoulder. It's a long-range fight for Nico.
Yeah, nice with the P250 though, huh?
For sure.
Keep that distance. I mean, he's got time to work and a couple of individual fights. To try to prey on some misses if possible. Honestly, a bomb plant.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it right there. 4 headshots for Nico in the pistol. G2 kickstart this comeback.
The assassin. After this disgusting sequence from Simple as well.
Oh, that P250.
Instant answer back onto Simple, and then this 1v2.
I love the fact he takes to the top of the train. He gets both of those CTs to kind of come out and peek him, and then he uses that lower angle on the right side peak to section off 1v1. He kills the guy closest to the corner. He knows his prey is standing in the open, and the Lion runs him down. We may have a game on our hands. We'll see if G2 can convert off of the back of this. Triple Mac 10 versus the 2 scouts of Na'Vi. Good thing he was.
Couple of warning shots, yeah. He was 2 levels deep, and he's already crouching, looking down, right? He knew it was coming.
That's like some Final Destination stuff. Looks up. What was that? Bullet hole behind you. Good frag grenade. Good frag grenade.
But no, he still lives.
Yeah. Still finds the CZ kill before going down.
They haven't committed to a site. They use a lot of resources there at, to take over a ladder. It's also something maybe talk about after, but how little resources Na'Vi used to take ladder in that first half, which was kind of cool. And, yeah, you better believe G2 are nervous at this moment. You don't want to be down 4-4, 30 seconds left. Scouts open up on the on train. The 2 players rotated inner. It's one nice thing for them, but they're still Simple outside.
And he finds Hunter's head. Ooh, and then Nexa's next. How about a third? He hits that shot into Nico. There comes the flashbang, definitely starting to halt G2. They've got 10 seconds. Kenny S crossing inside of the train. How is that hitting? Simple with the no-scope. And now Nico's got 2 kills back. Perfecto stops it. Na'Vi, force by win.
Yeah, we got too many gods in the server at the moment, man. This wasn't even the Simple show at the 11-4 scoreline, but in the second half, he's really turning it up like crazy. So much ADR here on the play. But I have to say, before they came out, you could feel this coming a little bit. You use so many nades from G2's side early on, and then you don't execute. You have 30 seconds left. You get outside, and then you don't have a way to flash Simple permanently from his position. You need to give yourself more time to be able to approach the site safely. And you could tell that they were a little bit scared. And Nico almost saved him, but it's too late at that point. You can't do it again.
G2 now looking worse for wear. Upgraded pistols, no utility. They've got 3 players here inside of the ladder, and Simple's only going to find himself the 1. Boomich trades right back. M4A1S is up, but it's under question. Electronic, he's going to get the multi-kill they need. Those pistol players thinking they could start to close the distance, but it's Na'Vi who closed the distance to the finish line. 3 more rounds to finish up here on Train, and G2, well, still not in a position to buy.
It's a curious match, man. It's a curious match. It's a lot of things going well. At the moment, just less things going well for G2, but Nico looks like he's in pristine form. Like, if he had a little bit more support, it feels like he would be able to shine really hard at the moment, which is the simple story. Somehow managing the top frag or, like, get close in a game like this where Boomich is showing up huge. 2-3 setup, Boomich in the ladder. He stops the first guy. No bomb spotted, but here's the rest, and they get sprayed down by Simple.
Yeah, he'll find himself 2 kills. Perfecto comes in to make a little money. Him and Boomich feeding the SMGs. Na'Vi sitting on 14, 9-round lead, and a buyback from G2. Let's see it, Kenny S. Opping on the T side, trying to jackknife open this outer sight, perhaps. We'll find out what G2 want to throw the way of Na'Vi. They have such a minimal margin of error. They have to prove they even can contend with this. It'll have to start with something convincing here in the 20th round. We get a fast look from G2, dropping down into the ladder. It elicits a response from the Molotov. G2 just kind of hit the brakes a bit. Perfecto's here on the B bomb site alone. And a flashbang down the ladder. Perfect. Damanek catching Boomich, getting the 5v4.
That was so sick. Like, looking up, running forward into that drop down. Really smooth transition. And yeah, the early 5v4. It's pretty good. Man advantage is a tricky thing on Train. It may or may not matter. Depends what goes on. Versus these B hits, oh, this fallback spray looks decent, but Almanac gets another one.
Yeah, it's Simple. He's going to take to the spindle, pops up, and hits that off shot, but he's losing teammates all around him. Simple can't find the flick because Nexus got his head. It is all on Flamey instead, and he has to concede here.
Rounds to work with, but yeah, nice round overall from G2. Love what Almanac was doing. And you just see, like, he showed his whole role in this round, right? Dropping down ladder as an aggressive lurk, plus being the entry at the exact same time, in the exact same round, entering into the B site. He really does do a whole lot for G2 on these T sides. But apart from that, no chance. Dude, this Silence M4A1S, the skin's gonna make me switch, man.
Yeah, you like that print stream? I mean,
Pretty.
Mohan, you've got the deagle already.
That's true.
Just bite the bullet. You stick a foil G2 Atlanta on that bad boy. Woo.
So you agree to switch as well?
I thought we already did. Have you not been using the A1S? You told me we had to change
Shut up.
last
Did you
time we were in
actually
Copenhagen.
switch?
You told me I had to.
Okay.
No, I didn't change. Of course not. You kidding?
What the hell?
M4 Masterclass.
Wow, that's a debate.
Loser.
Did you say masterclass?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
8 rounds the lead for Na'Vi. G2, of course, looking to run away with a T side early. Boomich hoping somebody sticks their eyes over like Vinny in his player cam. But nothing coming his direction whatsoever. We've already got G2 very much going to challenge this upper part of the B site, and Flamey's only good for that one first kill. Perfecto, it's going to get challenged from a few different spots, and we've seen him kind of heated
You could jump up.
in this position. Boomich wastes no time, and they think they have that ladder watch. Boomich is the playmaker, big time. And if Perfecto gets success, then it's even better. He's creeping and crawling, and sure enough, it's Kenny who's about to get shanked. Boomich just executes him into the double peak, perfectly played. There's nobody else inside of this bomb site because Nico was back watching ladder. Now he needs to come in massive with the 1v3, and Boomich is just gonna jump on top of this bomb and smother it for the defuse.
An artist. So well done with the leadoff from Boomich.
Oh.
Comes back for the third kill as well. Pat yourself on the back, Mr. Boomich. That was so well played.
This is cool. I like it.
He goes
you know,
as far as he can.
yep, could have gone for the money, but instead goes for the peak, and it just looks beautiful.
Yeah, he's just setting up that next kill. There's just no time to look up after he peeks in. Kenny is supposed to have that covered, and then yeah, just sets up his outpost, and that's it. That's been-
Disjointedness in the T side. Nico thinking that the ladder was covered. Boomich finds that perfect timing. Boomich the nuisance.
It's a good nade. A very good nade.
Yeah, Nico's pissed. Down to half health.
We'll see the CT side. Really proactive here. Lots of spam, lots of smoke, and we'll see once this goes up what the play will be for the CT side. They're kind of camped out a bunch of different positions, but they're all close up within smokes outside, so they could potentially go for T-con control if they'd like to, or take over ladder. Boomich hasn't been shy here at all. And as for G2, they've put a lot of pressure on, but they haven't actually done anything, or potentially threatened a position like Olaf Meister. No one's there. So for Na'Vi, I don't think they're too scared. They really know a lot at this moment. Kind of in a retake position on the inside, but it just doesn't really matter if you don't have a kill on the T side. They'll be comfortable to think about a retake if they have to. And look who's coming up the ladder right behind them.
As Perfecto yet once more starts to lock it down on the B site, but even with Boomich dying, Electronic takes his place, trades out Hunter. Man advantage here for Na'Vi. A 4 versus 3 advantage to take away map 1. And these T's with the bomb planted start to work forward. It works out well so far. Nico gets that headshot, starts to look back towards flank. He could go up here and take a post plant. It's not like they have a Molotov to deny a defuse. They just need to kind of hold their ground, hit their shots, and keep this first map rolling. Grenade on Perfecto, not going to find anybody because Nexus starts to round the corners. Kenny gets a kill, the off peaks, and Perfecto, he's got himself a third. It's on to Nico with 50 HP, a second nade takes him to 3, and Perfecto finds the kill as Na'Vi finds 16.
It's beautiful play after beautiful play, and I think maybe the only thing holding back Na'Vi is that not enough people will take them to train, because goddamn are they good at it. This is the best map that they've played so far here at the Global Final. It was decisive, it was well balanced, it was called well, and this makes me so interested to see what's going to happen next.
Damn.
It felt like G2 were definitely favored coming into the series.
A breathtaking T side, 11 T rounds coming out of Na'Vi, and then some really smooth moves to take out that CT finish, man. Just a bit of a shocking performance compared to what I think everybody was conditioned to expect from Na'Vi after their first couple of best of 3s. So there you have it, folks. Na'Vi 1-0 with elimination on the line. What comes next? Mirage, of course. We'll see you after a break and a word from the analysts.